Antifa, that's a group meaning anti-fascists, tried to shut down an event with the People's Party of Canada leader Maxime Bernier and Dave Rubin of the Rubin Report. The duo were scheduled to have an event at Mohawk College on September 29th, which went ahead as planned. There have been threats made by Antifa to the event, as well as negative coverage in the Hamilton Spectator. Rubin reported, pun intended, that the college had demanded they pay extra security costs to allow the event to go forward after the threats were made. On Twitter, Rubin indicated that he would pay the extra cost himself so the event could go forward. The article in The Spectator, which is a Torstar-owned paper, had the headline, "Mohawk College should have declined to rent space to Maxime Bernier." It's a clearly marked opinion piece where the writer, Evan Balgord, questions why the college rented the space to Bernier. He makes statements about the People's Party's base hating anti-racists and wanting to fight them. He adds that the college would be responsible for any assaults that should result from the event. He said that Rubin is a far-right YouTuber and plays a role in radicalizing people to the neo-Nazi movement, which he also says is part of the People's Party's base. He bases this claim on a Cornell University study. I'll get into that study later. Balgord is the executive director of the Canada Anti-Hate Network. This is a non-profit group that monitors hate groups in Canada. It aims to expose and counter such groups. As stated, the event went on as planned, but Antifa did show up. 4 arrests were made, and a video of Antifa protesters is circulating online. It shows members blocking and berating an elderly woman and a man. The woman used a walker. So, now that we have the facts on this one, I want to unpack it. And I've got to be brutally honest with you, I feel like a broken record, but this is another example of political censorship in Canada. And this is disgusting. I read the entire article, and I want those minutes of my life back. Whether you agree with his message or not, Bernier is a legitimate candidate for Prime Minister and is running in a legitimate party. He has every right to campaign, just like every other party leader. Just because you think Bernier or the People's Party and their policies are evil does not give you the right to silence them. Every single party presents some kind of policy that offends someone. The Green Party's message would be offensive to the average oil field working Albertan. But you don't see them demanding Elizabeth May be deplatformed from any event she speaks at, or the party being banned from the public. Now, I want to address the article. This is garbage journalism. It may have been an opinion piece or an op-ed that was clearly marked as such, but I find there is a violation of journalistic judgment that this article ran in its current form. Whomever the editor at the Hamilton Spectator is just showed that they might not have the best journalistic judgment. Now, I could understand maybe if the editor there read this, thought the article, like I do, was garbage and said, well, let's expose this opinion to show what Antifa or what the opposition's really like. I can understand that. The problem is I don't see the context of how or why it was printed. I just see the results. Now, why do I make the claim that it shows bad journalistic judgment? It's because this article runs a very thin, razor-thin line on libel, if you ask me. And that is the part, and I'm going to quote it here, about Rubin being a significant part of the... Sorry, I'm going to quote the proper part here, exactly where the quote starts. This is the part about Rubin being, quote, a significant part of the radicalization process ushering people into the neo-Nazi movement. End quote. Now, I think that would be 100% liable. However, this is being attributed to a study from Cornell University. Which is why I say it's razor thin. There's that little piece. It's might be just enough to say that it's not libel. And it might, as I said, it might save it from libel, even though realistically it might just be libel. The Cornell University study analyzed 79 million comments over 330,000 videos to see the links between certain sites. Someday I will learn to speak. It analyzed 79 million comments over 330,000 videos to see links between certain ideologies. Now, these are ideologies like the intellectual dark web, the alt-right, and the alt-right. And I'm sure there's going to be people out there that might jump down my throat going, a lot of these aren't ideologies. I agree, but this is how it's worded. So, don't shoot the messenger. Just because there is a study to quote from doesn't mean that nothing was wrong. What if the study was debunked? What if it was biased or the methodology was flawed? Proper journalistic judgment would have caused anyone to rethink quoting any study as fact until you can answer those questions. Now, Gord has every right to his opinion and every right to express it. And he can voice it as he pleases. I don't think he should be censored either. But he doesn't have the right to slander people and censor voices that he doesn't like. Newspapers, as publishers, have the right to refuse op-eds or regular columnists. I did it countless times when I was the editor of the Edson Leader and Hinton Parklander. Part of the job. Gord should not consider himself censored in this case. He's free to start his own publication, his own podcast, his own YouTube channel, his own radio show, whatever he wants to send out his message. He's welcome to do that. Now, if you ask me, I think this article should have either had some kind of disclaimer, some kind of notation explaining the study, or parts of it should have been edited. This garbage is why the journalism in my industry is in the toilet. This is why no one trusts us. Dave Rubin is not ushering anybody into the neo-Nazi movement. As a matter of fact, he has certain characteristics that are completely against what neo-Nazis are all about. And that's why the claim is idiotic. For just running with this unquestioned, this is why nobody trusts the media anymore. This is why we have so many problems. This is why fake news is a thing. So congratulations on being part of the problem and contributing to fake news. Hit pieces are not journalism. There's no place for it. Now, as for the Antifa protesters, they are thugs, acting for censorship of those they disagree with, politically. There's no question. They have no arguments. I wouldn't know fascism if it stared them in the face. Calling people you disagree with Nazis or neo-Nazis, they're not arguments. It's the same thing as just saying if somebody disagreed with you and you say they're racist. It's not an argument. It's an ad hominem attack, which is essentially a personal attack. You don't win debates with personal attacks. You just expose that you have no argument to make. All you do in this case is make Bernie supporters dig their heels in. Now, I'm willing to bet that there could be a net gain for the People's Party support rather than a net loss. Mind you, it might not be big enough to really move the needle and have them win the election, but it could still be a gain. You never know. Now, bottom line, when you try to shut someone up, all you do is tell the world you're afraid of what they have to say. Now, I forget who said that or how that quote actually truly goes, but I think it is a very appropriate quote for this case. I want to thank you for watching this video. If you like what you saw, please like it. If you don't, well, there's the thumbs down. If you agree, disagree, or just want to continue the conversation, please leave a comment down below. Also, subscribe to the YouTube channel. You can also follow me on Facebook, Minds, and Twitter. Links will be down below in the description. Thank you again. Have yourself a good day. Until next time.